Dear students, I welcome you to a class of English grammar. Today, we shall learn the types of sentences. Language is an important tool for communication. We use language to talk about people and things by using different words in a variety of ways to make statements, to ask questions, to give orders, and to express our feelings. The words we used are arranged into groups either around a noun or a verb. A noun group gives us more information about the person, place, thing, or idea. Using noun groups helps us to communicate a lot of information in a quick way. Verb groups is a group containing at least one verb. Verb group tells us what is being talked about them. When we speak or write, what do? Yes, we use words. We make ourselves understood by using words in groups. So basically, what is the study of grammar? The study of grammar is a study of how words behave in groups. Look at the following group of words. The sun has risen. My bag is in the cupboard. I am learning English. In the field. At 5 o'clock. To see him. Do you find any difference between the first three group of words and the other three? The first three group of words, the sun has risen, my bag is in the cupboard, I am learning English, all make complete sense. While the other three group of words, in the field, at 5 o'clock, to see him, can be a part of a sentence and not a sentence. So these words are called phrases. Let us now proceed to learn what is a sentence. A sentence is a group of words that are complete in itself, containing a subject, a predicate. For example, the birds fly in the sky. This group of words is complete in itself. It has a subject and a predicate. The birds is a subject, fly in the sky is predicate. A sentence always begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. A sentence can take any one of the four forms. Let's learn the four forms. First, statement. Something that you say or write. In other words, a declaration made. Example, no man is an island. Second, question. A sentence or a phrase that asks for an answer. For example, who would not love his own country? Third, command. An order or a direction. For example, open the door. Fourth, exclamation. Meaning a sound, word or phrase or an expression of a strong emotion or pain. Example, how sweet are the uses of adversity. Thus, There are 4 types of sentences, and each of them accomplishes a different purpose and a structure. Structure means the words are arranged in a particular manner. The sentences are: first, declarative or assertive sentence; second, interrogative sentences; third, imperative sentences; and fourth, exclamatory sentences. We shall now look at declarative sentences. A sentence that makes a statement or declares something or give information is called a declarative sentence. These sentences end with a full stop, such as, "A little knowledge is a dangerous thing," "Borrowed garments never fit well." Declarative or assertive sentences can either be affirmative or negative. An affirmative sentence means a positive sentence, such as, "You look fresh." This is an affirmative sentence or a positive sentence. Now, the same sentence can be said in a negative way, but without changing the meaning, like, "You do not look tired." Take a next sentence. "I forgot to bring the book." This is an affirmative sentence. So the negative sentence will be, "I did not remember to bring the book." So children, note that for negative sentences, we use words such as not, never, and no. We must always keep in mind that affirmative or negative sentences should be changed without changing the meaning of the sentences. Here are a few examples. The first sentence, "I was doubtful whether it was you." This is an affirmative sentence. And the negative sentence will be, "I was not sure whether it was you." So the opposite word of doubtful is not sure. So we used not sure and changed the sentence to a negative sentence. Take the second example. "You are richer than I." So this is an affirmative sentence. So the answer will be, "I am not so rich as you." Take the third sentence. "A few farmers saved their crops." This is a positive sentence or an affirmative sentence. So the negative sentence will be written as, "Not all farmers saved their crops." Let's take some more examples. We shall first take the positive or the affirmative statements. "He is sometimes lazy." "I will always remember that terrible day." And the third one, "All were present at the meeting." Now let's look at the negative sentences. Let's take the first sentence. "He is not always active." So earlier we gave positive statement, "He is sometimes lazy." So the answer is, he is not always active. For the second statement, "I will always remember that terrible day." So the negative statement will be, "I will never forget that terrible day." And finally, for the third statement, the positive statement, "All were present at the meeting." The negative statement will be, "No one was absent at the meeting." The next type of sentence that we shall be learning now is interrogative sentence. We define interrogative sentence as a sentence that asks a question. The sentence always begins with a capital letter and ends with a question mark. For example, "Where do you live?" "Do you like to eat cake?" These two questions ask a question. There are two types of questions. First one is the yes-no question, and the second one is the WH or H questions. The WH questions begin with what, who, whom, why, when, and how. Yes-no questions require a positive or a negative reply. For example, shall we go there? The answer may be yes, we shall go there, or no, we shall not go there. Let's take another example. Do you exercise daily? The answer may be yes, I exercise daily, or no, I do not exercise daily. The third example, may I sit down? The answer may be yes, you may sit down, or no, you may not sit down. On the other hand, WH questions require information like when, who, what, and how. For example, where do you live? Who is your best friend? How is the weather today? All these questions begin with W or H. It's very important to note that all these questions end with a question mark. We now go to the third type of sentence, that is imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are sentences that express a command, makes a request, an order, or a desire. It always ends with a full stop. The subject of the sentence is generally understood. Let's take some sentences. The first one, open the window. It's a command. Give me some money, please. This is a request. Never forget the person who loves you. It's a suggestion. May God bless you. It's a wish. Keep your home clean. This is an advice. We come to the next part, and that is polite questions. These questions fall under the category of request. For example, we say, may I go out, sir? Or will or would can be used for the third person requesting. For example, would the announcer please come on the stage? Another example, will you please inform the principal about this incident? You may also use might, which expresses a very casual request. For example, you might bring me the box. The last type of sentence that we shall learn now is the exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence is a sentence that expresses strong or sudden feelings or emotions like joy, anger, shock, desire, or sadness. The sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with an exclamation mark. We'll take a few examples. First one, what a charming sight. It expresses wonder. Second sentence, alas, my friend is no more. This sentence expresses sadness. Third sentence, how well she sang. In this sentence, a feeling of joy is expressed. And the last sentence, I wish I were young again. Here, a strong emotion or a desire is expressed. We shall now revise all the 4 types of sentences at a glance. The first type of sentence is the declarative or the assertive sentence. This type of sentence declares or tells something and it ends with a full stop. The second type of sentence that we learned is the interrogative sentence. This type of sentence asks something and it ends with a question mark. The third type of sentence that we learned is the exclamatory sentence. This type of sentences shows strong feelings or emotions and it ends with an exclamatory mark. The fourth type of sentence that we learned is the imperative sentence. This type of sentence gives a command. It ends with a full stop or an exclamatory mark. Children, now let's do a short exercise. Look at the following sentences and identify the type of sentences. The first one, there is nothing wrong in that. Now when you look at this sentence, it is just a statement. So it's a declarative sentence. We come to the next sentence. It's really amazing. There is so much of ice. Students, again this sentence is just a statement. So it's a declarative sentence. We come to the third slide and the question is, who does not know Marathi in Maharashtra? Now what does this sentence tell you? It is actually asking you a question. So this is an interrogative sentence. We now come to the fourth type of sentence. What an excellent catch Sachin took in the first innings. Now here in this sentence, there is an exclamation of happiness and joy. So it's an exclamatory sentence. We now come to the fifth sentence. Please keep the noise down. This is a command. So this sentence becomes an imperative sentence. We now look at the sixth sentence. How cynical have you become? In this sentence, a strong emotion is expressed and there's an exclamation mark. So this sentence is an exclamatory sentence. Now look at the seventh sentence. It is not good to travel without tickets. So this sentence is just a declarative sentence. Now we look at the eighth sentence. Do your homework at once. Children, here there's a command. So this sentence becomes an imperative sentence. Look at the ninth sentence. India in 1925 was a very different country. So in this sentence, it declares something about India. So it is a declarative sentence. And finally, look at the last sentence. But can't they at least stick to common sense and logic? Here there's a question asked and there's a question mark at the end of the sentence. So this sentence becomes an interrogative sentence. We now come to the end of this topic. Hope you have understood the concepts. This is an activity to be solved on the type of sentences. Kindly do it in your English notebook.